You can start selling on Amazon FBA, particularly with Amazon Private Label, with a lot less money than you might have initially thought. So to start Amazon Private Label, you only need as little as £1,000 saved up, so long as you know you can save up a further 2 to 4K in the coming 6 to 12 months. My name is Neelan Mayani. I'm a seven-figure Amazon Private Label seller, and today I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can start your Amazon Private Label business with as low a budget as possible, or what some people might call a shoestring budget. The first £1,000 is going to be mostly unused to begin with because you're going to start product research using Helium 10, right? So you're going to use this to find an in-demand product to sell on Amazon. Once you've found a product using Blackbox, what you are going to do is come up with 5 of your favorite ideas and then buy 20 to 30 samples of them, right? Now, while you're waiting for those samples to arrive, because as you might know on Alibaba, some of the shipping times, as you'll see quoted, means that some of these products are going to take sometimes weeks or even up to a month or two to arrive, right? So if you look at some of these shipping times quoted, you'll notice that, some of them are talking about this arriving within 12 to 14 days, but there are other shipping offers that, of course, will mean that it's going to take a little bit longer. While you wait for samples to arrive, you're going to come up with a generic brand name that doesn't hold you to a specific kind of product. So essentially a brand name that could be related to anything, right? So for example, my brand name Proxinova, Proxinova could sell products in any category, right? The name doesn't really specify what this brand sells, and it's generic. So come up with a non-specific, generic sounding brand name, and you just need to then spend a few £100s on trademarking that brand. Once you've come up with 5 really good product ideas that you want to start selling on Amazon for your Amazon private label business, once you've ordered those samples, while you're waiting for those samples to come in, you're going to file the trademark on your generic brand name, so one that isn't really, related to any specific kind of product. And then what you're going to do is list those products on Amazon and see which of them is the quickest, easiest, and cheapest product to sell on Amazon, right? So of those 5, you're going to list all of them on Amazon. All of the ones that you've sampled are going to be listed on Amazon, and you're going to see which is the quickest, easiest, and cheapest product to sell on Amazon, right? Only once you know exactly what that product is, you're going to take the following £2,000 to £4,000 and you're going to incrementally drip feed it into the restocking of that best-selling, most profitable product, right? You won't be dumping it into the product stock, but doing so slowly. So you've got 6 to 12 months to save up that 2 to 4K, right? After that, you will continue to scale your Amazon business by reinvesting all of the profits and revenue back into the business to fund more growth without you having to input your own money. Instead, you're going to be letting the business use its own profits to grow, right? And I bet you thought you needed a lot of money to start Amazon Private Label, right? So as I say, you only need about £1,000 saved up to get started with Amazon Private Label. With that £1,000, first, you're going to start some product research and come up with 5 really good ideas that you can see have really good potential. You're going to test out those 5 products in 20 or 30 samples each. You're going to see which of those products is the quickest, easiest, and cheapest product to sell on Amazon. And only once you know exactly what that product is, you're going to take the rest of that 2 to 4K budget and funnel it towards that one product, right? But in the beginning, during that testing phase with those 5 products, you're not going to use much of that budget at all, probably only a few £100s. Only once you know exactly what that product is that you're going to be restocking, you're going to start using the rest of that 2 to 4K. And even then, as I say, you're not going to be dumping it in, you're going to be using it incrementally. So you do have 6 to 12 months to save up the rest of that 2 to 4K, right? And after that, as I say, you're going to just keep reinvesting all of the revenue and profits into the business so you don't have to use your own money to actually grow the business going forwards, right? Along the way, there are going to be loads of money-saving hacks that I'm going to show you as well. Stuff that you can implement, like applying for a G10 exemption instead of paying thousands of pounds for a barcode, or how to use AI instead of paying for advice from lawyers, accountants, or financial advisors, right? Now, the biggest money-saving hack overall that you really, really need to know right here and now is that if you're doing private label, make sure that whatever you sell, you buy a really small amount first in order to avoid losing money if it doesn't go well. You won't make money on that small batch first because that's not the point, right? You want to make sure that product sells before committing your budget to buying bigger volumes, right? So if you can't sell 20 or 30 units, how in the hell will you sell 1,000? There are some people who say that Amazon private label doesn't work and it's old, but the market continues to grow every single year. And while more sellers do join, 99.9% of them are failing because they sell the exact same kinds of obvious products, things that I've tried in the past too. Things like iPhone charging cables, smartphone cases, yoga mats, water bottles, reed diffusers. This has been amazingly successful for myself, my clients and students, because we look for unique ideas that most people are simply overlooking, right? And we also look for what kind of products are in demand on Amazon and sell those exact same kind of product in a way that simply looks a little bit different, right? That is where the money is. And the best bit is, if you set things up correctly to begin with, it's so passive to maintain. It's like your very own personal money machine. So if you do want to learn some free tips that I've learned over the last 10 years and selling millions of pounds of products on Amazon, then just click on the link below to learn more completely for free. If you do have any questions at all or get stuck with anything or something doesn't make sense, then just simply reply to those notes that I email you, and I'll be able to get back to you with any help that you need. The exact same thing goes for those free tips. So click on that link and get my notes on this process and get my free tips too. Reply to either of those emails if you have any questions at all, and I'll be happy to clarify anything you don't understand. So that is pretty much everything for today, guys. As I say, it's pretty much a basic overview of how you can use just £1,000 saved up to get started with your Amazon private label business from scratch, so long as you know you can save up a further 2 to 4K in the coming 6 to 12 months. As I promised, there'll be a lot more videos to come to help break that down for you to understand it easily in more detail. So if you did like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video so you don't miss out on those free guides. So you don't just save more money getting started selling on Amazon, but you also learn to make more money selling on Amazon too. If you do have any comments, suggestions, or anything you'd like to say, please drop them down below. I'll be replying to all of those as well. I hope this has been really useful for you guys. Reply to my notes or guides if you do get stuck. Thank you so much for watching today. Happy selling, and I will see you guys in the jungle.